the woods afraid of black people, when blacks are the biggest victims of gun control, if you look it up. I mean, it just makes me so angry how nasty the Democratic Party is and how nasty the rhinos are. Lamar Alexander, Boehner, all of them. John McCain, there's got to be election fraud to keep them in. But bottom line, we need to get rid of Alexander tomorrow. You need to vote for Carr, not for the other vote splitter. I've been following that race. There is election fraud, but a grassroots movement can overpower those machines. They can only steal it with small percentages, according to all the voting experts, PhDs, Bev Harris, you name it, who've been on here. William Gheen of ALIPAC.com. Other key points you'd like to make before this segment ends?
Last week, you and your viewers had a big interest in our national protest against illegal immigration that's occurring on overpasses, intersections, outside Mexican consulates and state houses across the country. Our next synchronized national wave is going to be on October 24th and 25th. But long before we get there, there are going to be protests occurring all across the country, and we're keeping the master list of those at alipac.us. That's ALIPAC.us. And the people that get on our email alerts will receive a direct copy of that. Now, we do have Facebook events and pages that we're using, but everyone realize that it's a one-way mirror on Facebook, and on the other side of that, the enemies, our enemies and the enemies of America, are watching every keystroke and everything about us, and we can't rely on them for the communication. So email alerts are the main ways that we're coordinating those, and we'd like to have...
That's right. We always use enemy platforms like Twitter, Facebook, Google to reach people, to drive and build our own separate platforms, because they've openly been censoring us and openly using the systems to combat liberty. But the good news is there's so many of us on Facebook and Twitter that we're beginning to overpower them.
That's true. And also the Power of Talk radio shows combined with the internet has entered a new phase after we saw 5,000 to 10,000 Americans like us brought out against illegal immigration in Boston 2 weeks ago. You were talking about maybe doing one near the border, something like that. And if you did that, Alex, or if you did one on October 24th, 25th, or before then, we'd be glad to support it. I'd be glad to fly in to be a part of it. Especially if you can get, I'm a big fan of Gerald Celente. I'm not sure if you can get him on any event for you, but big fan of Gerald's. Anything like that you want to do right now, Alex, the indications we've got out of Boston is that people are ready to take action and make a stand.
Well, I think definitely we need to have some demonstrations and stuff, and people are being threatened not to have them. Because, you know, if the Klan starts threatening to blow up black churches, if they march, I'm going to go march with the black folks like I've done before. And if the Hispanic Klan is threatening to kill people, it looks like I was threatened one time, death threatened, if I went to the Mexican Independence Day parade where they were going to promote Raza, and I went and got in everybody's face and bullhorned them. Like, we got those clips somewhere. It's pretty epic. So it looks like I may have to do that again because, I mean, this is getting to be too serious of a situation. William Gheen, thank you so much for the time.
Thank you, Alex. Hope to be back soon.
Thank you, sir. All right, we're going to come back with Gerald Celente and more. I've got other news on Ebola and the economy that's broken at Infowars.com, but you should read that Infowars.com story that's up on DrudgeReport.com. 2 illegals charged in murder, a border agent killed him in front of his family. And it's just absolutely disgusting what happened to this guy. And it just shows how vicious the situation is in Mexico, pouring over into our border. What a sadness. We'll be right back. Stay with us.